Hello and welcome to my channel, Vice Rhino here. Today we're looking at a video by Restored Cog Pastor David C. Pack, and it's another sexy video, so get ready to polish your pearls and tickle your pickles.
God instructed Adam and Eve about the proper function of sex within their unique roles as male and female, husband and wife.
He just apparently neglected to mention that in his book so that future generations can benefit from it, which is why you need David C. Pack to tell you about it.
Though the Genesis account gives only highlights, God reveals the vital, hidden dimension in sex in various other scriptures throughout the Bible.
If it was revealed, then how can it be hidden? Those two things are polar opposites. You can't have something that is revealed that is also at the same time hidden. And if it were really hidden, why would God be such a dick to hide something so important?
Man was created from clay, from physical matter.
Yeah, with an ancient Semitic golem spell. Sounds legit.
For now, God has called a tiny few to see his truth. But ultimately, he will offer all men, past, present, and future, the opportunity to build his godly character within them.
Wait, all men past, present, and future? So everyone who is currently burning in hell will be able to build their godly character? And what about women? Do they just get the shaft? I hope you actually explain something in this video, because as it goes on, your views are getting more and more confusing.
This spiritual process involves choosing to follow the right path and using self-discipline through the power of God's Spirit to reject the former paths of human nature and worldliness.
But it's human nature, meaning if you believe in God, God built all the humans with this nature in them. Why would he custom build humans with a nature that would piss him off later? That doesn't make any sense.
Despite God's instruction, Adam and Eve rebelled, rejecting the only way that would have brought blessings. Humanity has followed, most usually directly choosing the same course ever since.
Yeah, God instructed Adam and Eve to remain ignorant, but they decided to eat of the tree of knowledge. So terrible to desire knowledge. How dare they? And the rest of humanity choosing knowledge over ignorance? A travesty, to be sure.
This spiritually revealed knowledge included the right, wholesome, God-intended purpose of sex and command to be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth.
Well, the earth done been replenished. There's over 7 billion people here, but several religious groups are still telling people to not use contraceptives because we must be fruitful and multiply. Seems to be working really well in Africa right now.
The devil has gone to great lengths to corrupt this world and to hide the true meaning found in the proper purpose and understanding of sex and reproduction.
Well, that's funny, because so have you. Almost 20 minutes into your video, and I still haven't the faintest idea what you think the true purpose of sex is, and you've also left me with several confusing notions regarding your theology.
Unknown is also how these parallel the process of spiritual growth and the development of godly character, the only path by which men can be born into the family of God.
But not women. No girls allowed. They have cooties.
Satan has blurred, disguised, and suppressed this truth through numerous means, but primarily through the hush-hush Victorian prudery of the old morality and the reckless promiscuity and accompanying kaleidoscope of perversity of the new morality.
He has hidden the meaning of sex by both suppressing sex in general and by encouraging sex in general. Makes perfect sense to me.
In human reproduction, after a male sperm cell is joined with an egg cell, life is imparted to the egg. At this stage, human life has been begotten, and at this point it is considered an embryo. After the first 9 weeks or so, the unborn child developing in the womb is called a fetus. Over several months, the begotten fetus grows from nutrition taken in by the mother until it has developed and matured sufficiently to be born as a new little separate person.
That right there is the most sense you have made in this video so far. Congratulations!
In John 3, Jesus explained to Nicodemus Except a man be born again, he cannot see the kingdom of God. Nicodemus knew Christ meant literally another birth, not merely the undergoing of a religious experience.
And back into the realm of intellectual obscurity we dive. What the actual fuck?
Christ was not referring here to people being reborn as physical mortal human beings. Rather, he was speaking of a spiritual birth, of men being born as spirit beings into the kingdom of God, or the God family. Just as a human is begotten of his physical father, one must, in order to be born into the spirit realm, also be begotten of the spiritual Father.
Okay, I am honestly trying to understand what the hell you are saying, and this is what I got out of that. We need to have a literal second birth of the Spirit, which occurs after God jizzes on a spiritual egg of unknown origin, possibly your face, which culminates into you popping out of some heavenly vagina. Is that what you meant? Because that's the picture you painted.
Every healthy family relationship is based on love. And love is the foundation of God's character, the definition of his nature. The Apostle John twice recorded God is love. Love is not merely something God has, but is rather what he is.
Yeah, God is love, as is demonstrated by 1 Samuel chapter 15, verses 2 and 3. Thus saith the Lord of hosts,
I remember that which Amalek did to Israel, and how he laid wait for him in the way when he came up from Egypt. Now go and smite Amalek, and utterly destroy all that they have, and spare them not, but slay both man and woman, infant and suckling, ox and sheep, camel and ass.
These two causes, love and sex, are inseparable within God's intended design and purpose.
I'm pretty sure most sex workers will tell you that love and sex can most definitely be kept separate. Are you expecting me to believe that every prostitute falls in love with every man that she sleeps with? I doubt it.
The all-powerful living God is expanding his divine family by creating his righteous character in humans. This is the all-important purpose behind sex and the family relationship.
Okay, so you're still being super vague, but what I'm getting here is that the hidden purpose of sex, which you've been mentioning but not explaining, is to have believers breed as much as they can in order to have children that they can indoctrinate? Because that sounds totally wholesome and not creepy at all.
All true Christians are spiritually begotten at baptism and carry the potential to then be born of God into the kingdom of God.
So the spiritual conception is when you get baptized. So is the holy water actually God come? Baptism ceremonies have suddenly gained a whole new meaning. It's God's spiritual bukkake party.